All right, so rounding out the preliminary card, we got the Battle of the Brandons here. We got Brandon Moreno taking on Brandon Royval. And, we've seen a lot of tape on both these guys recently. Both of them, I'm sure, beat your son more recently.
Yeah.
Shout out to you being from New Zealand and not from England or Australia. Just a little side jab at DC and Kalani here. But, we're a little familiar with Kai Kara-France and, his recent bouts. And both of these guys were able to take him out, which is a big feat. We've seen Brandon actually fight quite a few times. Tim Elliot, we've seen him fight recently. Casey Kenny, who's showed up multiple times in these preliminary cards in the last few months. He actually lost to Casey Kenny, which is, a very formidable fighter as well. And so, there's a lot of credibility between these guys. I'm really pumped. They both come in with pretty stellar records, 17-5-1 for Moreno. I believe it's a 12-4 for Royval. And, I'm rooting for my boy from Colorado here. So...
Yeah, I mean, you have a good, your heart's in the right place. Let me just say that. So, I mean, I think this has this has all the potential to be the fight of the night. And if this was billed as, say, a regular cards main event for 5 rounds, I would be excited as. And let me explain why. Both of these guys just go in there swinging. The thing with Moreno, he's a little bit more raw, but he's got technique to his madness. He does like to come in. He's got a chin on him like you would not believe. It's just his tough fights with Alex Pantoja is what made me love both of them. And the fact that these two have 2 fights against each other is kind of like weirdly adorable, because if you follow that season of Tough, which was a really good season, and the fact that these two did fight each other, they were, in my opinion, 2 of the most exciting fighters to come out of that season. And so now you have him going up against a guy like Brandon Royval, who like you just said, most recently beat my son Kai Kara-France. The reason why I call him my son, my son's name is Kai. And yeah, I mean, it was a great fight. Let's give Kai Kara-France his credit. He definitely got his fair share of some rockage there, right? It went both ways, and I think Royval was just a little bit more creative in the heat of the moment in that one fight. It could go. I think that fight could have easily gone either person's way, but at the same
either way.
Yeah. But at the same time, I think Royval proved that he was ready for whatever came at him, and it required Kai Kara-France to be a little bit to the next level. Because if there was one thing I found that our boy Kai was kind of struggling with, was the length. I did find that it was tougher for him to land those power leg kicks. It was a bit tougher for him to kind of get in with those quick 1-2s to kind of set some of those blows up, because he by trade really does like to strike. That's what he's looking for. He's looking to knock your head off. And both of these guys are like
that. Absolutely. And so I think, that this fight originally was pegged as Moreno Perez, who, we'll kind of see in the main event later. And so, in terms of Royval taking this kind of as a short notice fight.
Well, isn't that crazy, Pies? Let's just, let me just kind of, break that down for you, even just, as you're kind of getting used to watching so many fights every week, right? Take that in right now. We had a Cody Garbrandt Figueiredo main event pegged for this, right? You're telling me that what was maybe a prelim main event, now the person who is obviously the higher ranked fighter, let's hope, was promoted to a title fight. That's kind of crazy, bro. Wouldn't you say?
It's mind-boggling, and I also don't think that this should be a prelim card, because it's going to be an insane fight. But it's crazy to see that. It's crazy to see that Perez gets that opportunity right into the main event, and deservedly, right?
100%. We'll get into that, but you said it perfectly. Deservedly for sure. So let's even go back to these guys, right? So Moreno is at the caliber or at the position to be fighting for, let's say, a title shot. Now, that fight, like I said, has every chance of being the fight of the night. If anything drops out of the main card, you can bet your bottom dollar that fight is going to be on the main card. It's probably the number 1 contender fight for the winner of the main event of the UFC.
I was going to say, yeah, it seems like the winner here is going to get a title shot soon enough.
Without question. And, if there's one thing we've noticed, there's a reason why you're going to notice so many people that have fought each other or whatever fighting on same cards, right? Because, like, from a scheduling perspective, it really just all lines up, So right now, the UFC has a perfect opportunity to have the main event on the prelims go down. Whoever comes out the least bloody and less broken-brained gets the winner of the main event, because someone's losing blood in that prelim main event.
In terms of odds here, who's the favorite and by how much?
I think Royval has officially proved that he belongs in this division and likely is the next title challenger. That's the thing with Moreno, right? There's a reason why the fight went to Perez and not him. I think he was in a position to fight for a title shot, but I think he's being given the true title challengers to kind of gatekeep and see if he can beat them. So with that said, I do think that Royval, with the finishes of Elliot and France, and a decision loss to Kenny as recently as 2018, I mean, I have to give him the favorite here. And to, again, hedge myself, I do not believe that Royval can be plus money here. I simply don't. So I'm going to give him a range of, say, minus 150 on the dot in case he hits that minus 200. But I just don't think he can go that high.
I have a feeling you're going to fall out of your chair right now.
No way.
This game is just going to continue to rock you. But yeah, Moreno is a favorite. He's a medium-sized favorite. He's about minus 190, almost at that minus 200.
No way! Wow. Yo, Pies, this boy is not getting the respect he deserves.
Should this title card be coined UFC Juicy Dogs or what?
I'm shaking, Pies. Pies, I'm shaking. Pies, I'm scared. Pies.
Scared or excited?
It's crazy because the juice you're telling me on guys that I'm pegging at, it's like, did everything just go out the window? Did all my skills fly out the window now that you introduced this game and you screwed up all the nerves and all the things that run to my brain?
Well, see, that's one way of looking at it. As the bet, the way I look at it is a ton of value. All you're telling me is that there's a ton of value on dudes who have a good shot. I love the dogs, man.
Okay, so as we finish up with this prelim card, let's have some fun with this, right? Punch in, open up Bet365 right now. We're gonna keep shouting out Bet365 for all of their lovely hard work and help that they give us. But let's punch in a Royval, Wright and Lipsky parlay. Let's see what that pays. I'm just curious.
So we got Royval, we got Lipsky, and we got Mr. Jordan Wright here. Whoo-wee!
What are we looking at, my boy?
This is nearing plus 2,000. We got plus 1947 here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that means you lay $10, you return 194 profits.
So for me, this new game is really playing into some deep thoughts here, right? I'm borderline speechless. I'm very much enjoying it from a fun perspective, but we were borderline making a living on calling these fights. So I mean, I hope we didn't just throw a fork in the road. But again, I'm Mr. Pessimist, you're Mr. Optimist. So let's get the energy back up, my friend, because that parlay looks
Stay
beautiful.
tuned. Yeah, we're likely going to be on the raw dog Royval here, so stay tuned. But I think that's one we're going to lock in for sure. Mm-hmm. As usual, hit that bell button, hit that subscribe.
Ding, ding, ding,
we
ding.
love all you guys. We love you tuning in, so continue to do so. We really appreciate it. Our Instagram is there. Our Twitter is there. Give us a follow. Give us a comment. Any questions you have, shoot them our way. And Siraj, thanks again for the breakdown. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably had some of the most fun looking at this one together and breaking down some of these cards and watching some live little videos there. So, I'm really excited. I think it's despite it not having the names people are used to, especially for a card dubbed as a pay-per-view with UFC 255, it's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good.
Absolutely. Make sure you tune in, guys. We'll see you Saturday.
Take it easy. Peace, my boy.
Peace.